Welcome to practice. First things first, thank you as always to those that have reached out to me. It means a lot to be able to talk to you, to hear how practice went, even if we're not in the same room. On that note, this is going to be my last offering for the week. I'm looking to get into some continuing ed that I've been sitting on for some time. I just wanted you guys to have some opportunities in your back pocket for over the weekend and in the weeks to come. And next week I'll probably offer, I would guess, about 3 classes so that I can keep moving through that continuing ed so that when we get back into the actual classroom, I can be offering some things. Well, and they'll probably show up in these videos as well, to be honest. That being said, today's class we're going to be inviting some fluidity into the body. One of those things I'm going to be offering are spinal waves. That those of you that have practiced with me before are familiar with these waves. Those that are new to this kind of thing, I will tell you the same thing that I have told them. If you have not practiced in this way before, it can feel kind of clunky, it can feel a little uncomfortable. I invite you just to be with what you are feeling as you continue to move to the best of your ability. Like any of these things, the more often that we do them, the more easy they come to us. So just be gentle with yourself, have some awareness, not only around what's going on in the body, but where the mind is and how you are either reacting or responding to whatever comes up. Can you, again, come back into this idea of visiting it with opportunity rather than the idea of obstacle? For our first pose, I'm going to offer a supported bridge, and we are going to do the 3 square breath in that bridge. Before you come down, remember the 3 square breath, we actually can visualize a square. We'll inhale up for a 3 count, we'll hold our breath for a 3. We'll exhale down for a 3 count, and then we will hold for a 3. So you just do the best you can. Again, if you need to stop the breath and maybe just do your own breathing, please do. This is just an offering. Like any of these poses through this practice, they are just offerings. If you decide at any point you would like to be still in a pose rather than going through the wave motion, do. This is for you, an exploration, an ability to just really be present with what's going on. We're going to both do a forward wave through the spine and a side-to-side wave through the spine. I've just been feeling really kind of stiff in my own body. I know that it's partially what's going on in my mind. It's partially holding some of this anxiety physically in my body. So I invite you to just be open and aware to whatever you feel. If you have a hardcover book or a block available, maybe even you'd like to use that pillow or a blanket folded up a few times, I invite you to take it down to the floor with you. So we're going to come into this supported bridge if you'd like. If you'd rather, you can stay on your back with your feet wide and let your knees knock together. If you'd like to come up into the supported bridge, if you have a block, I suggest either level 1 or level 2, however you're feeling in the back body today. When you're ready, you're going to drive the knees down to lift the hips, and you're setting that support, whatever you're using, to the sacrum, that really big bone in your low back. And when you feel nice and supported, you can then let your feet go as wide as feels good. You can let your knees knock together. Feel the shoulders tuck under so you're nice and smooth in the upper back. Your arms are as wide from the body as feels good to you. Remember, palms up will help the shoulders relax. And then let the back of the neck be as long as allows you to still breathe comfortably, chin drawing down toward the chest. You can allow your eyes to close, or you can softly gaze on the sky, the ceiling. As you just take a moment here to welcome yourself to today's practice. As you take some time to observe how you're feeling in your body in this pose. Noticing any areas that feel maybe a little tight. Those areas that maybe feel a little spacious. Just allow your body to rest on the support, draping over whatever is holding you up. And then please bring your awareness to your heart center, your emotional center. And just notice how you've been feeling there today. You might even give it a name, but let's just observe. Let's not get caught up in that emotion. You might actually take the opportunity to observe the beating of your heart and its pace. And whenever you feel ready, shift that awareness to the space of the mind, noticing how calm or how busy you are there today. We're using all of this to just know from where we are starting in our practice. Looking openly and honestly at how you feel. And then we're going to begin with the 3 square breath. I'll lead you through the first few rounds, and then you adjust that breath as you see fit. Remember, we're going to breathe into the belly area, so you might even feel the belly button move away from the spine. When you're ready, please exhale your breath out. Inhale for 3, 2, 1. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 3, 2, 1. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 3, 2, 1. Hold. 3. Relax. 1. Exhale. 3, 2, 1. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 3, 2, 1. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 3, 2, 1. Hold. 3. Relax. 1. Continue on your own, please. Feeling the expansion on your inhale. Feel your body become heavy on the exhale. In those breath holds, remember there's the tendency to tighten up. I want you to mindfully be aware and try to soften into those holds. Remember, this is breath work that is used by Navy SEALs. Police officers use this work, usually in a 4 square breath. It helps us to relax, to remain calm under pressure. Again, if you need to pause at any time, trust your body, its intelligence, its needs. Remember, this is not a military drill, even if we are using some of those techniques. It's an opportunity to explore. We'll just take a couple more rounds here as you see fit. And whenever you have your next exhale, just allow your breath to come back toward a natural and nourishing cadence so you can observe how you feel, if there's been any type of shift. I invite you to practice this breath on your own, maybe in a quiet space, maybe even before bed, to just help the mind settle. And then if you'd like, I ask you to be curious around why you came to the mat today, what you need to balance inward. And if you would like, you can use this as your sankalpa, your intention, by stating this intention as if it's already occurred with an I am statement. Maybe I am at peace, I am relaxed, maybe I am free of tension. Whatever it is, know that you are welcome to repeat it a few times. And when you feel ready, You can blink open your eyes if you're closed there. Bring the heels below the knees wherever you are. We're going to go actually into a bridge hold. So when you're ready, I would like you to, with heels below knees, and then you might like to widen that stance just a little bit if it feels better in the low back. You're going to drive the knees down and lift your hips up. Please keep the inner knees hugging gently toward each other. You'll think of dragging your heels back, reaching through the knees, and you might like to take the support out. If you would like, yogis, maybe rolling the shoulders under a little bit more, maybe even clasping the hands behind the back. With your inner foot pressing into the floor, can you feel your outer hip lift a little higher? You might even push the backs of the arms into the floor, feel the spine lift, even in the sternum, the back bend moving up your spine. Try to be soft in your throat and your mouth, relax your eyes. What's the quality of your breath? Can you let it come back to long exhales as we've been practicing this week, helping you release? We're going to do a really slow roll down to help articulate the spine in preparation for these waves. So when you're ready, release your hands, palms down. As slow as you are able, begin to touch vertebra by vertebra to the floor. You're going to feel your navel in. This is going to help you really articulate your low back. You're trying to let your sacrum be the very last thing to come down. Just do your best, okay? As always. And when you get all the way down, just pause for a moment. Let your body absorb that back bend. If you ever feel a little nauseous, either with big back bends or even through this spinal wave practice, please know that that is a very common experience if you're getting very deep into the spine. I invite you to come out of whatever we're working on, maybe even come to a seat or child's pose, and after a few rounds of breath, that should calm down. From here, we're going to go into some windshield wipers. Make sure you have space around the knees. Arms are going to open to a T. Heels as wide as your mat, navel to spine. On your next exhale, let both knees lower to the right as you let your head roll to the left. On your inhale, bring knees and head back to neutral. Side to side, exhaling, knees to the left, head rolling right. Inhale, head and knees to neutral. Let's just do a few more times, side to side, feeling the massage in the low back, across the back of the skull. Notice the quality of your breath. Let your teeth part, yogis. Notice if you're picking up any tension there. One more time, side to side. And whenever you're ready, back to neutral. You might like to bring knees into chest. Please take them in wide, like you're coming into a reclined child's pose. You're going to hug the knees toward the underarms. I'm not going to be offering coming into a ball or being really rounded in the spine today because we are going to be doing so much opening of the vertebra. It can be an injuring move to the discs to go into a ball after a lot of back bending. So I'm telling you this just so that you have this knowledge in your back pocket, but it's, as always, really up to you. Just go in with care, awareness. And then maybe from this reclined child's pose, you go into a full body stretch, extending arms and legs, maybe arching the back, really spreading fingers and toes as you get long. And when you are ready, relaxing down, feet to the floor, you'll roll to either side, and please make your way up to all fours when you're ready. So we're going to begin these spinal waves in our tabletop position. Your knees are going to be below your hips, And your wrists are going to be below your shoulders. Again, you're going to let your wrist creases be parallel either to the top edge of the mat or the wall maybe that's ahead of you. Leaving the hands where they are, index finger and thumb to the floor. I invite you to come back into your child's pose. Actually, if you'd like to watch this first round. So what we're going to do is we're going to inhale and think of forehead, nose, chin, heart, navel, hips toward the floor, rounding and completing the wave, pressing back into child's. Again, just give it a go. Don't worry so much about how it looks as how it feels. Please keep the navel in to help protect and strengthen the low back. These spinal waves are actually really good for the low back. All right, here we go. Weight and index knuckle, thumb. On your next inhale, forehead, nose, chin, heart, navel, hips, complete the wave, and exhale. Inhale, forehead, nose, chin, heart, navel, hips. Exhale, round back into your child's pose. Inhale, forward, nose, chin, heart, navel, hips. Exhale, round the back, child's pose. We'll take 2 more. Inhale, forehead, nose, chin, heart, navel, hips. Exhale, round the spine, child's. Last round this way, you guys. Inhale, forehead, nose, chin, heart, navel, hips. Round the back, exhale, child pose. All right, we're going to go the other way. This can really play with the brain. Just do your best. Again, don't worry. So when you're ready, inhale, round up through your cat back. On your exhale, think of hips, navel, heart, chin, nose, forehead, child's pose. Exhale through that. Inhale, round up. Exhale, hips, navel, heart, chin, nose, forehead, child's pose. Inhale, round up. Exhale, hip, navel, heart, chin, nose, forehead, child's. 2 more, you guys. Inhale, round up. Exhale, hip, navel, heart, chin, nose, forehead, child's. Last round. Inhale up. Exhale, hip, navel, heart, chin, nose, child's pose. Rest. Forehead down. Maybe take some long exhales. Open mouth if you'd like. Release. 2 more rounds. Let go. Nice, you guys. When you're ready, please make your way back up to tabletop. Staying where you are, we're going to snake side to side this time. You're going to let your heart lead the way. Again, keep the weight in the index finger, thumb. Turn the inner elbows forward. Let the shoulders gently smooth down the back. When you're ready, you're going to inhale. Maybe you start going to the right, exhaling through the left. Let your hips travel after the heart. You might feel a little working through the wrists here. Please be kind. And then maybe you start to let your head get involved, if that feels okay in the neck. If it becomes too much, if you start to feel a little dizzy, just let the head be still. You decide how much or how little. Really notice here, the breath is probably gone by the wayside. Can you come back to mindful breathing? Deep in the body. Soften the mouth. You might hear some cracking, some popping. Let's just take a couple more. Nice, you guys. Back to center. Pause. Going to roll out the wrists from here. Toe stand if you would like. Knees as wide as you choose. Tuck your toes. You can stay with top of the foot on the mat if you'd rather. Make your way back. You might like to come up and stand on the knees. If it feels okay, you can sit back on the heels. As always, we're just trying to be as upright in the spine as we can. Feel the glutes strong, your navel in, and then just roll around the wrists. Let your shoulders draw down your back, your chin come into your throat. You can go both directions. You can welcome a pause anywhere that invites space. You might even decide you'd like to really open and close the hands. Maybe even like you're playing piano through the fingers. Just go wherever feels good. Let your body lead the way. Don't overthink it. And whenever you feel ready, you'll make your way back forward. Again, you're welcome to gently drum the top of the foot on the mat, encouraging blood flow back into the toes. You might like to press fists into the floor, always a nice release for the wrists. As you maybe take a mindful neck circle one time each way, beginning to let go of what you're feeling at the base of your neck. Stay with deep breathing. Nice, you guys. When you're ready, back to neutral. Release your hands. We're preparing for a down dog. You might like to have your support nearby, preparing for bringing the floor up to you. Wrist crease again, parallel to top edge of the mat. Spread your fingers wide. When you're ready, step the feet back and lift your hips to the sky. Know that you're welcome to stay on all fours if that's where you'd like to be today. You can keep with a cat-cow there if you'd like. Let's let the feet go at least hip width. And you're welcome to a little pedal or a sway. You might even find a little wave through the hips here if that feels good. Let's create some strength in the upper body. Index finger and thumb to floor. Inner elbow turning forward. Feel the outer edge of your shoulder blades lift wide in the upper back. Allow your head to dangle, maybe a little shake of yes, no, just feeling tension from today slipping away. You might even like to yawn your mouth open, stick your tongue out, soften around the jaw. It's actually called lion's face pose. And then whenever you feel balanced in your pedal or your sway, please make your way back to neutral. And remember, you can have a little bend in the knees here at any time. You don't have to be a totally straight leg. We are going to go into a little squat here. So on your next exhale, reach your hips to your heels. As you press your hands into the floor and forward, keep your neck relaxed. Maybe a little wiggle of your tail side to side, encouraging some length through the spine. Deep breathing. And whenever you feel ready, an inhale will press your legs towards straight. On your exhale, yogis, however works for you to get there, look to your hands and please make your way into powerful pose at the top of the mat. We're coming in with a wide foot, please. Bring blocks in if that will be a benefit for you. Weight is going to be in your heels as you sink your hips down. Feel the glutes strong, the navel to the spine, shoulders down the back. We're just going to do a little massaging here into the back of the leg. So on your next inhale, keeping belly to thigh, you're going to rock your weight into the balls of the feet as you reach your thighs as far back as you can maintain, torso touching legs. Release your neck. On your exhale, weight into the heels, sink the hips, navel in, heart forward. Exhale, weight into the balls of the feet. Straighten the legs as much as feels good. Release the hips. However breath works for you. Weight into the heels, sink the hips, navel in, shoulders down. One more, you guys. Bringing weight forward. Feel the thighs reach back. Release your neck. And on your next exhale, weight in the heels, sink the hips. Glutes strong, navel to spine. On your next inhale, sweep the arms up, lifting heart and chin when it feels right to you. Heart to the sky, maybe taking a bit of a back bend. Keep the heart lifting. We're not just dumping back. And when you're ready, inhale back to neutral. Exhaling, hands to heart, palms to sides. We're going to go through a little different side bend. I've done this with some of my classes. It's really an opportunity to get creative in what feels good. Again, don't worry about how it feels, just go with, don't worry about how it looks, go with how it feels. Okay, so feet maybe a little wider than hip width. Really root down. Try to have some looseness in your knees, not locking out. Glutes strong, navel to spine. On an inhale, you're going to, let's start with an exhale. On an exhale, right elbow up, reach the left hand to the floor. Inhale, come through center. Exhale, left elbow up, reach right hand. Inhale, back into center. Add a little more fluidity. Exhale, lift, maybe roll the shoulder back. Inhale. Exhale, lift, maybe roll the shoulder back. Inhale. Continuing to move, you might let that get a little bit bigger. You might even start to find a wave-like motion through the arms. Maybe it's even as if you start to reach toward the sky. How is this feeling in the side body? How deeply are you breathing? Maybe it's like you're embodying one of those sails balloon guys. Work it out here. Navel to spine, protecting the low back. Let's take a couple more rounds. Nice, you guys. Last one. And whenever you finish, make your way back to neutral. Just pause. Notice how you feel. I'm preparing to go into some standing poses. On an inhale, sweep the arms, lift the heart and the chin. On your exhale, powerful pose. Weight in the heels, you're going to continue to fold, taking torso to thighs, hands to floor or blocks. Rock the weight into the balls of the feet and reach your thighs as far back as feels good. On your next inhale, left foot back into a lunge. Please bring blocks back, wrists below shoulders, or whatever you're using. Lengthen and widen the stance as feels good on this side. We're going to find a little wave-like motion through the legs here. So feel the glutes strong, the navel to the spine. Keep your shoulders down your back, please, and your chin into your throat. On your next inhale, you're going to rock forward on the left foot, feel the left knee toward the floor, and then roll back, trying to straighten the right leg. Again, don't worry about how this looks. How is it feeling in your legs? On your next exhale, bend the right knee, rock forward, left foot, left knee toward the floor, come back up. It's like you're rocking around your hips, imagining them on a cycle. Let's just do a couple more here. Making your way back to neutral. Again, it's okay if it feels clunky. Just go with the motion. Try to keep deep breathing. We're preparing for a warrior one. So please set left foot down, maybe even a little closer to the left side of the mat, heel to floor. Glutes strong, and when you're ready, inhale your arms up. You're going to root through the left pinky toe, left kneecap drawing up, and then remember that little bit of shift in the hips. Left hip forward, right hip back. Keep the glutes strong, the navel to the spine. I'm going to move away from the wall a little bit here. And when you're ready, bring your arms down to a T. So we're going to move through some of this spinal wave here. You go as big or as small as you'd like. This is going to mess with balance a little bit, so you do you. Trying to keep your gaze steady on one point will help. All right, glutes strong, navel to spine. On your next exhale, let's take left arm above as you rock forward and think of waving through the spinal column, opening to a bit of a back bend. Exhale, come forward. Inhale, open up. Let's just do a couple more, maybe 3. What feels good to you? What's allowing some fluidity to come in? Nice, you guys. When you finish your last back bend, come back up, warrior one. And on your next exhale, hands down to blocks, mat, whatever you're using. Pivot on the back toes and step left foot forward, right foot back. Lengthen, widen as feels good to you on this side. Again, glutes engaged, navel to spine. We're going to think of cycling through the hips. You might even think of that movement around a steam train, okay? So when you're ready, inhale, rock forward, hips down, straighten the left leg. Exhale. Shoulders down the back, let your chin come down as you continue to rock forward and back, as feels good to you. Let your teeth part, you guys. Relax the muscles around your eyes. Release. When you're ready, last two. And when you're ready, back to neutral. Just pausing here for a moment. Maybe an open mouth exhale. Let that pressure go. And we'll prepare for warrior one. Setting right heel down, maybe a little closer to right edge of the mat. Fire the glutes up and rise when you're ready. Adjust your stance if it helps you find balance. Root the back pinky toe, right kneecap up, and then again, right hip forward, left hip back a bit, just to create a little more stretch here. Keep the glutes strong, the navel to the spine. Please open the arms to a T. This time, right arm on top. On your next exhale, flow as far forward as feels good, and inviting that wave to the spine. The inhale, rolling back into a back bend. Exhale, make your way forward, as big or small. What feels good to you? Last three, if it feels right, you guys. Keep the glutes engaged, helping to stabilize. You can keep your eyes steady if that promotes balance for you. Last one, warrior one. And on your next exhale, hands down, pivot on the back toes. You're going to make your way back into child's pose. Knees are going to stay in alignment with your hips today. Ankles in line with knees. Shift back, please. Forehead toward floor, maybe resting on block or a blanket, whatever works if you'd like to release in the neck. And again, open mouth exhales if they help you come back toward balance. Nice, you guys. All right, we're going to invite a little child's cat, maybe cow. This is a bigger wave than what we did before. Or maybe child's cat up dog if that's part of your practice. This can be demanding in the low back, so I want you to really be mindful around what works for you. Those that are familiar with going into up dog this way, feel free to go right into that. I'm going to leave the first couple rounds with child's cat cow. So feel the glutes strong, the navel to the spine, and you might bring the hands back just a little bit, not a full extension there. Root index finger and thumb wherever you are. On your next inhale, round up through your cat back, and on your exhale, into your cow. Inhale, round up through the cat back, and keep that rounding as you exhale back into child's pose. Inhale, round up through cat. Exhale, cow. Inhale, round through cat. Exhale, child's. I'm carrying on to up dog. You're welcome to join me if it feels okay. Inhale, round forward. Shifting the hips forward. Exhale, shoulders down the back, heart forward. Inhale, round up through cat. Exhale into child's. Let's do 3 more, you guys, if they're in your practice. Inhale, round up. Exhale, keep glutes strong if you shift forward, shoulders down the back, weight and index finger thumb. Exhale, round back. Into child's. Last one. Settling for a breath, release the elbows. You might even like to bring arms back, maybe holding ankles, heels, or letting the arms rest alongside the legs. And when you're ready, you're going to make your way up to a seat. We're preparing for our seated forward fold. Remember, there's a little bit of a back bend here, and we've not done a whole ton with the back of the leg today, so again, a little wider leg is going to be kinder to the hamstring. You decide what's appropriate for you today. You might like to draw the sits bones back, flexing your feet, feel your thighs root down, hands to legs or the floor. Shoulders down the back, inhale, lift your heart, feel that bit of a back bend. You're welcome to stay upright. Exhale, navel to spine, and if you'd like, begin to invite the forward fold, keeping the back bend, chin down. Inhale, shoulders down the back, heart forward. You might even draw back on the legs. Exhale, navel to spine, long exhale. Just notice if the body releases. Inhale, heart forward, shoulders down the back, back bend. Exhale, long, full exhale. Let's just take a few more rounds. Soften your mouth, relax the back of the neck, let it spread nice and wide, spacious. Awesome, you guys, and when you're ready, inhale, please make your way back up. We're going to do a final hip stretch on our backs and a twist. I'm offering figure 4. You might like to have a strap, a belt, or a towel available if bringing knee into the chest will make that a little more spacious for you. So when you're ready, go ahead and come down to your back. We're going to start on right side, shoulders tuck under, back of neck long. You're going to cross right ankle on left thigh. I like to flex the foot. I feel like it gets a little deeper into the outer right thigh. You do you. When you're ready, please bring the left knee into the chest. You're going to either, right arm goes between the leg, left arm around. You can use the strap around the back of the thigh or hold hands behind the back of the thigh. You might also hold the shin. So you just decide what variation gives you the most space, okay? We're not wanting the shoulders drawing up. We're not gonna try to get the head up. You might place a blanket below the head though if that would feel more comfortable. Okay, when you're ready here, you guys, shoulders heavy. You can hug the left knee into the chest a little bit more if you'd like. That's going to create the stretch in the right outer hip. And then if you'd like, reach the right knee away from the right shoulder. Relax your throat to let your teeth part, soften your eyes. And you might like to practice your long exhales here. Deep breathing, belly extending outward. Even longer exhale, invite release. Last couple rounds. If it starts to ease up in what you're feeling, you can hug the knee in a little bit more. You decide what your balance is between effort and ease. Nice, you guys. And at the bottom of your next exhale, everyone bring your left foot back to the floor. You can open your arms to a T, maybe even a little bend in the elbows. So in this final twist, you can certainly keep the space between the legs, or you can come in with thighs as close together as feels good to you. This is a little more demanding pose, so you decide what's appropriate. We're going to give the spine some space here. So you're going to pick your hips up and sit them an inch or two to the right. And then when you're ready, with control, navel in, you're going to lower both legs to the left. Remember, we want to keep the right shoulder anchored, so you might let your right foot act as a kickstand. Head can roll to the right. You might even take your left hand lightly to the outer right thigh, or if you're coming into the more open pose, your right foot might be fully down on the mat. You could hold the ankle, or you could press the right thigh away. So you just decide what works for you. Notice all that space in the right low back to breathe. Long exhales helping you relax down to the floor. Remember, you're welcome to come out of poses at any time, especially if it's getting into any type of pain. Remember, discomfort's a little different. Notice if you're placing expectation on any of this, and try instead to just go with the flow of where you are today. Allow it to be changeable and fluid. Your practice, your mind, the conditions of your body. Last cycle. And when you're ready, navel to spine. With strength, bring the legs back up. You can square the hips and unwind the legs, whatever order feels good to you in your own time. Just pause, notice how you feel. And then let's go second side. Left ankle crossing on right thigh. You're welcome to flex the foot if that gets a little deeper into outer left hip. You're welcome to stay right here. Maybe even press leg away if this is where your pose is. Or bringing in a strap, whatever works. Right knee into chest. Left arm between the legs, right arm around. Find your variation, holding hamstring or shin. Keeping the shoulders heavy to the floor, the back of the neck long. You'll bring the right knee in as much as creates that balance between effort and ease. Remember, we want to be able to breathe comfortably here. You can also, if you'd like, gently reach left knee away from left shoulder. Feel the belly extend outward on your inhale. Allow a very complete exhale. Notice if you're clenching your teeth. Allow them to part, your tongue to relax, tension in the jaw to dissolve. Let that flow into the throat, the heart space, relax. Soften the eyes, allow them to be heavy here. Let's just take a few more rounds, as long as you find it to serve you. And at the bottom of your next exhale, release right foot back to floor. Arms can open to a T, maybe a little bend in the elbows, you decide. Again, you're welcome to stay with this open leg variation or into what's called twisted roots. Crossing left leg over right. Again, find some space for the spine, picking the hips up, sending them an inch or two to the left. When you're ready, with control, navel in, you'll lower both legs to the right. Again, left foot can act as that kickstand to keep your left shoulder grounded. Head can roll left. If you'd like, again, you can take right hand lightly to outer left thigh, just reminding you of the twist. If you have a little bit more space in this twist, you might hold, that means the more open variation of the legs, you might hold your left ankle with your right hand or gently press the thigh away. You decide where you want to be. Find all that space in the left low back to breathe. Long exhales helping your body release down. A few more rounds, yogis, as long as it feels good to you. Relax your mouth. And with control, navel to spine, the inhale will gently bring you back up. And again, in your own time, unwind, square the hips, whatever order feels good to you. As a final offering, you're welcome to come into reclined child's pose, holding the shin, dropping the knees toward the underarms. If happy baby feels good, you're going to take the legs up, feet parallel toward the sky, holding the pinky toe edge of the foot. And you can certainly rock and roll here if you'd like. Massaging the back, If you feel that you're ready to be still, you can be still and let the weight of your arms draw your knees down. If you're holding the feet, you might even press hands into feet. It creates a little different stretch in the thighs and the hips. Again, we're being mindful around coming into a ball. So if you'd like to here, maybe instead you go into a full body stretch when you're ready. You might even reach through right heel and foot, like you're doing a little ladder climb, and then maybe through left heel and hand, I mean to say. And maybe one more time each side, heel and hand, heel and hand. And when you're ready, back to neutral. And please prepare for this bit of meditation. So you might like to be flat on your back. If flat on your back is uncomfortable, a bolster, pillow, or blanket underneath the knees can help release any stress there. Again, you can place a blanket across the hips. It will help you ground. Maybe a blanket behind the head. Wherever you choose to be, let your shoulders tuck under. Allow the back of the neck to be long. Arms are as wide away from the body as feels good to you here. Palms to sky will allow the shoulders to relax a little bit more. And if your legs are fully extended, I invite you to widen them as much as feels good, to let your pinky toes be heavy to the floor. We're going to go through a little visualization meditation here. So when you get comfortable, I offer you to take a few rounds of deep, tension-releasing breaths. And when you are ready, I'd like you to begin knowing that there is no limitation to your ability in this practice, and that you are safe. So when you're ready, please visualize yourself diving into a body of water. Whether it's an ocean, a lake, or a pool, just use whatever first comes to mind. As you dive into this body of water, I want you to notice the texture of the water on your face, on your skin. I'd like you to notice the water's temperature. Notice the sensations you feel as you dive deeper into the water. Watch yourself continue to dive deeper and deeper and deeper. Pay attention to how it feels to keep diving deeper into the water. Then, watch as you start to ascend, coming to the surface for just enough time to get a deep breath before you dive back in. Again, noticing the feel of the water on your face, your skin, the sensations as you go deeper. I'd like you to repeat this cycle several times in your mind. Surfacing, breathing, and descending again. Notice how it feels to be fluid in this water body. Notice the tension in your body ease. as you fluidly move. When you feel ready to get out of the water, start to surface again. And this time, making your way towards shore, finding your way to dry land. Notice the transition of slowly making your way out of the water dropping from your skin, your hair. Feel the warm air touching your skin. And when you reach the shore, the warm earth beneath your feet. As you walk, notice any sounds, smells, or tastes. And then please find a comfortable spot to rest. As you lie your body down, notice the heat from the sun drying your face. Feeling the muscles of your face relax, the skin of your skull release. Feel any tension around your eyes begin to dissipate, as even the weight of your eyes and your eyelids upon them becomes even heavier. Again, letting any tension in the jaw or your tongue, feel it dissolve as you become aware of the space of your mouth. Any lingering tension in the back of the neck, the left, the right side, or your throat, each exhale, can you feel it ease away a bit more? Feeling the weight of your shoulders into the earth, the spaciousness across your heart. Can you release the elbows, the wrists, and the back of the hand into the ground? Soften each of your 10 fingers. Bringing your awareness back up to the top of the spine. Travel the length of it. Each exhale, releasing any discomfort you might notice. Allow your consciousness to softly rest on your stomach, offering it some love. Feel your hips grounding down and spreading softly into the earth, like water, moving wider. Feeling the tops of the thighs drop down to the bottom, releasing. Soften your knees and the space behind them. Relax the muscles of your calves. Any lingering tension in your ankles, the tops of the feet or the bottom, let it go. Mindfully soften each of your 10 toes. each exhale, feel your body getting heavier and wider into the earth. On each inhale, feel the front body getting lighter and brighter toward the sky, the sun. When your body feels completely dry from this, dive into the water, into fluidity. I want you to lightly bring your awareness back to your breath. Slow inhales, slow exhales. As always, yogis, you are more than welcome to stay right where you are through the end of practice as long as you'd like. If you feel ready to reawaken, let it be very soft and gentle. Maybe starting with wiggling your fingers and your toes. You might like to move on to rotating wrists and ankles. You might eventually decide to make that movement a little bit bigger and again come into a full body stretch, arching the back as you lengthen, spreading fingers and toes wide. You can roll to either side where you're welcome to pause. And whenever you choose, strong arms will help you make your way to a seat if you choose. Palms coming together if it would please you. Thumbs resting at your heart. Let's take some time here to practice gratitude. For the breath, the life that enters the lungs. For this body. For the opportunity to practice going with the flow. May we lose some of our rigidity and open to what it is. Maybe you take some time here for your own moment of gratitude. The love and the light in me recognizes and honors the love and the light in each of you. Namaste, yogis. Thank you so much for joining me. As always, I ask that you take this offering and in whatever way you can, and maybe you already are, pay it forward. Let's allow this social distancing to be a time where we can come to community in more creative ways, to connect in ways that maybe we forgot. Thank you again, you guys. Bless you all.